For a while now, the 10 wealthiest people on the planet have kind of been fixed, so you might want to assume also that you can name the 10 richest people on Earth. But what if we told you that the ranking has changed since you last checked? That sounds delirious, right? Why don't you watch through the video and find out? Number 10. Larry Ellison, $96.1 billion. Larry Ellison sure didn't have a great start in life. He was born in New York to a single mother who was just 19 when she gave birth to him. Also, he dropped out of the University of Chicago in 1966, which prompted him to move to California, where he worked as a computer programmer. He worked for the electronics company Ampex in 1973 and moved to Precision Instruments 3 years later. In 1977, he and two of his ex-coworkers from Ampex, Ed Oates and Bob Miner, founded Software Development Laboratories, SDL, and the company released Oracle 2 years later. This database program was so popular that they changed the company's name from SDL to Oracle Systems Corporation in 1982. Oracle is responsible for more than half of Larry's net worth, with the company branching out while acquiring different large companies. He is also part of Tesla's board. Number 9. Steve Ballmer, $99.3 billion. This next super-rich mega-billionaire lived in the same dorm and on the same floor as the 5th richest person in the world, while they both attended Harvard University. If your guess is Bill Gates, you are right. Steve Ballmer joined Microsoft in 1980 when Microsoft founder Bill Gates convinced him to work for him. Since they were more like bros, Steve chose to drop out of Stanford University's MBA program with nothing but a promise that it was worth the risk. He was Microsoft's 30th employee, climbing to the company's top and succeeding Gates as Microsoft CEO in 2000. He stepped down in 2014, probably to stay on the sidelines, since he already owned most of the shares. His shares in the company account for most of his net worth. The remaining comes from the Los Angeles Clippers basketball team, which he purchased for $2 billion and is worth almost double now, and also owns $5.9 billion in cash. Number 8. Warren Buffett, $102 billion. Perhaps the only billionaire on this list whose net worth comes solely from value investing. Warren is the most famous living value investor. He filed his first tax return when he was 14, declaring earnings from his boyhood paper route. In 1962, he bought shares in a textile company, Berkshire Hathaway, and became the majority shareholder with a 16% stake in 1967. Now the company is worth $705 billion, and one of its shares trades for as much as $439,000 as of this August. Buffett has dedicated much of his wealth to philanthropy, giving away about $41 billion between 2006 and 2020. He still serves as CEO, but hinted in 2021 that he might be retiring soon and who his successor might be. Number 7. Sergey Brin, $102 billion. If you didn't already know, Brin is the co-founder of Google. He and his family moved to the US from Russia in 1979 when he was just 6 years old, and this might be duly responsible for how his life was shaped. He and Larry Page founded Google in 1998, and when he stepped down from CEO for Eric Schmidt in 2001, he became Google's president of technology. A subsidiary of Google, Alphabet was established in 2015, and he was the CEO for 4 years before stepping down for Sundar Pichai. You would have to be living under a rock to not know Google as the dominant search engine and all its other online tools and services known as Google Workspace. Number 6. Larry Page, $106 billion. Larry Page is the second co-founder of Google, and just like other tech billionaires you'll find on this list, he and his friend Brin embarked on their path to fortune in their college dorm. They came up with the idea of improving internet data extraction. They devised a new search engine technology, Backrub, named after its ability to analyze backing links. This was the light bulb they needed to found Google in 1998, with Page serving as CEO of the company until 2001 and between 2011 and 2019. He was among the first investors in Planetary Resources, a space exploration and asteroid mining company. He also invests heavily in flying car companies Kitty Hawk and Opener. Number 5. Bill Gates, $118 billion. You probably know that Bill Gates has been on the top 10 list of the wealthiest people in the world, and that he had to drop out of Harvard to achieve this. What you don't know is that he didn't just opt to leave Harvard. He left to work with his childhood friend Paul Allen to develop new software for the original microcomputers because he found it a better choice. Today, Microsoft is the world's largest software company. It produces its lines of personal computers, publishes books through Microsoft Press, and many more online services. Most of his net worth, however, comes from Cascade Investment LLC. This private-held investment vehicle owns a variety of stocks, including Canadian National Railway, Deere, Republic Services, and other private investments in real estate and energy. He is as rich as he is generous, spending more than $1.9 billion to tackle COVID-19 in 2021 through the foundation he and his ex-wife own. Number 4. Gautam Adani, $123 billion. In March 2022, Gautam Adani, the founder of the Adani Group, surpassed Mukesh Ambani to claim the title of Asia's richest person. Through his ownership of the Adani Group, Adani holds significant shares in 6 important Indian corporations, including 75% of Adani Enterprises, Adani Power, and Adani Transmissions, 65% of Adani Ports and Special Economic Zone, 61% of Adani Green Energy, and 37% of Adani Total Gas. Adani dropped out of college and had previously worked in the diamond industry. Presently, Adani is India's largest port operator, privately held thermal coal producer, and coal trader. He bought a 74% share in Mumbai International Airport, India's second busiest airport in 2020. In 1997, the billionaire was taken hostage and held for ransom. During the 2008 terrorist attack in Mumbai, Adani was also present at the Taj Hotel. Number 3. Bernard Arnault, $145 billion. Bernard Arnault, the only French on this list, is the chair and CEO of LVMH, the largest luxury goods company in the world. Its brands include Louis Vuitton, Hennessy, Marc Jacobs, and Sephora. Most of Arnault's wealth is derived from his ownership of Christian Dior SE, the holding company that owns 41.3% of LVMH. Through his family-owned holding firm, Groupe Familial Arnault, he holds shares in Christian Dior SE and an extra 6.2% in LVMH. He started his career by working for his father as an engineer in his construction firm, Ferré Savenel, taking charge of the company in 1971. In 1979, he converted the company to a real estate company, Farinel Inc. Number 2. Jeff Bezos, $165 billion. Shortly after Jeff met and married his ex-wife Mackenzie Scott, he resigned from the hedge fund D.E. Shaw to start an online bookstore company in his garage, an idea that was scornfully looked out by his former boss D.E. Shaw. Shortly after Amazon.com started selling books, it began to morph into a one-stop shop for everything on earth. Today, it is the world's largest retailer. The company's diversification is evident in some unexpected expansions, and acquiring Whole Foods in 2017 and entering the pharmacy business within the same time frame are vivid examples. He owned about 16% of Amazon in 2019 before transferring 4% to his wife as part of the divorce settlement. His other assets include aerospace company Blue Origin, the Washington Post, which he purchased in 2013, and the 10,000-year clock, also known as the Long Now. Number 1. Elon Musk, $254 billion. The South African-born billionaire has a degree in physics and economics from the University of Pennsylvania. He was on his road to furthering his education at Stanford University when he deferred his attendance to launch Zip2, the earliest online navigation service. A portion of the proceeds he got from it was used to create X.com, the online payment system sold to eBay Inc. and ultimately became PayPal Holdings Inc. In 2004, Musk became a major funder of Tesla, earning him the company's CEO spot. He is also the CEO and chief engineer of SpaceX, a developer of space launch rockets. He became the wealthiest person in the world because Tesla shares had a 740% increase in 2020 and hasn't left the title for anyone since. If there is ever a race to the first trillionaire in the world, Elon has a winning edge by far among his fellow mega billionaires, and we know he would win effortlessly. On the other hand, how shocked are you that Mark Zuckerberg doesn't make this list? He is now worth $89 billion, just $400 million more than Adani, Asia's richest man. Well, this concludes the video. What do you think we missed from the lives of these billionaires? Let us know in the comment section, and don't forget to share with friends, like, and subscribe to the channel.